Okay, you know this case is being televised, right?
I am aware that there are cameras.
And so this gets you your 15 minutes of fame, doesn't it?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
I can ask that question.
Ruled.
So I stand to gain nothing from this. I'm actually putting myself kind of in the target of TMZ, a very litigious organization, and I'm not seeking any 15 minutes here. Though you're welcome to speculate. I could say the same thing by taking Amber Heard as a client for you.
It's the one and only Digo Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E. Yeah. You know the West Coast is back for.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Beetlejuice.
It's showtime. Shut your mouth, Brenda.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I bet you're like, what's the expert doing? Like, this doesn't seem very expertish. And you're like, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I'm only 2 steps away from being an amateur. Anyway, welcome, guys. Welcome in tonight. I'll tell you what. 10 minutes ago, I was asleep. Yeah. Is that not crazy? I love the chat. You guys are crazy. Oh my gosh, you're already hitting it. That's awesome. Today was a vicious day on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. If y'all saw that today, Amber took the stand, and Camille Vasquez, one of Johnny's attorneys, she took her law degree and she turned it around. She took it off the wall, she turned it backwards so you couldn't see it, and she put her mouthpiece in and tossed off her gloves and went at it. Actually, she didn't have a mouthpiece in because the cat fight that ensued. Just remember that cats always use teeth on the neck at the end. Man, Camille just tore into her. I mean, it'd have been easier if it'd have been nicer if they had gotten into a pillow fight. It was, oh gosh. I mean, I think she literally picked up the mic off the podium and just dropped it at the end. It was vicious, but anyway, get to that here in a second. It's what I want to get to is, so the trial's over. Tomorrow's closing arguments, and it was the weirdest thing. I put a video out today after this. The Fairfax County, they left the cameras on, and after about 10 minutes, whoever was in charge of the cameras went live to when Amber walked out of the courthouse and Johnny walked out of the courthouse. And they walk out different doors. Amber had 5 sheriff's officers, deputies. They were all women. They open the doors. Two of them open doors, which is telling to me there's a reason why they're women. They wouldn't leave men around her. I mean, that's just, it's obvious. It's all get out. So Amber and her entourage are like 2 or 3, whatever, come walking out, and she's like, Amber goes, "Oh, I could get used to this treatment." Something like that. It's just like, okay. I mean, it's just an uncomfortable thing. It's one of the things where it's like she has to say something, and she just says something, and everybody like looks at her and like, it'd been better if you just kept your mouth shut and smiled. But then they go over and they show Johnny Depp coming out, and Johnny Depp comes out and he walks up to every single officer. There's like 10 of them out there, men and women. He goes to every single one, shakes their hand. He waves at people in the background. He's smiling the whole time. All he does is say thank you. That's all he does. He doesn't say anything about like, oh, I could get used to this treatment. He's just thanking everybody. There's a camera guy out there. Now this is in the back of the courthouse. This would be like in an impound lot maybe, or like where a lot of places the police cars will be in the back. The cops have to park them somewhere when they go home, right? And so it's a gated off area. If not, they're just, I mean, you have to have gated off areas in the courthouse. So he goes to everybody. He waves at them. He thanks them. The camera guy there works for Fairfax County. And he goes over and he looks at him. He's looking at the camera, right? Because that's where the camera lens is, right there in front of the cameraman's face. And he says, "I got a feeling I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So you have a good night, and I'll see you then." Gets in the car. They start the car up, and it's Bob Marley's playing on the radio. All the windows are down. Johnny's just smiling. It's like he's getting ready to go off to the Caribbean. That's what he looks like. He's gonna. He has a magic carpet, and Johnny's probably been on a lot of magic carpet rides, but he's gonna get on his magic carpet and go away. It was just it's such a difference there. And I think that's really weird that somebody went and just started streaming that live. They had not cut off the camera feed to the courthouse cameras. And then they go from that, they went back to live. And that's what I wanted to show tonight. I thought we'd go over a little bit. To give you kind of an inside baseball look at jury instructions and how they work. And what got me was there's a part of this whole trial that has me worried. I think all of America's with Team Depp pretty much, because if it's not, we all know that this is all psyops. It's all I'm in the back, so I'll come around soon. Okay. Oh, awesome, Levin. What's up, man? Sorry, is that guys, I'm horrible at keeping up with the chat. Y'all know that. Sully, why am I tired today? Do you know? But anyway, it's the jury well, hang on, let me back up what I was finishing. What I was saying was, so I'm worried about this whether or not, because it's a defamation case. Okay, and defamation is almost impossible to win. There's so many elements and so many little nuances to it, and it's a long process. It's very specialized, and this case kind of got away from so much the specialization as it did to like just exposing what the interior relationship was like. I really think this was a public relations case more than a legal case, the more I think about it. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Johnny lose in court, but I think he wins in public opinion. And so that's one of the things I thought about. I was like, I'm going to stream parts of the Caribbean. I'm going to watch a giant. I'm just going to put it on if nothing else. It's like you guys putting views up here on this channel, and you can see those in real time. Disney can see that too when you're watching their stuff. So if you have access to pirates, like a streamable, you don't want to do, if you got the disc, I mean, you're just going to enjoy a good movie. Don't get me wrong. But if you are streaming it, you can stream any Johnny Depp movie this weekend. You'll see, can you imagine if there were like, I don't know, 100 million views, something ridiculous, right? Like it was like TikTok famous. And if that happened over the weekend, all these things, man, it would change so much of the narrative. And we've got to get this narrative. I think that's what's so important. I think that's where everybody feels an interest in this, is watching this, because it's the closest you can get to getting over the stupid funk we've been going through that that the media has. And I say media, I mean news, I mean television shows, movies, everything. They're into this, like, oh, we've got to do this Me Too, underrepresentation, all this stuff. And all we want to do is have fun. We're all, fun doesn't have sex or color or anything else like that. It's just fun. Stop. No, you don't have fun fighting unless you're Amber Heard. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. But anyway, I'm going to bring this up, watch a little bit of it. I may not stick around long. Main thing is to get out there. So you just see the kind of this inside baseball thing, because I guarantee you nobody saw this today, because the whole trial was over. Everybody was gone. Let's see here. Let me go ahead. Let's go. Do y'all like that gangster thing? I love that. The Rabbit did that for us. Where is that? Watch courtroom. Alright, this is from my video. This is the end of it where I was streaming it today. Recording it. So, we're going to pick it from here. Wait, hold on, where is this? I have everything backward. So, you have all those tabs across the top of the screen. I've got to get a hold of my tabs. Got to get a hold of them. That's one of my problems. Is I need to have StreamYards at the top left tab, so that way I always know where home is. And then I like to have what I'm showing on YouTube or something like that to be right next to it. And then the other ones I have open for, like, if I'm looking something up, doing some research on something, the topic y'all talk about, something like that. And all this is done on a 13-inch monitor. So then when I was like, right now, I don't have my tabs organized right. I still got the Iceman Killer. No, that's not the Iceman Killer. I did. I just turned that one off, didn't I? I don't know why I have this one open then over here. Well, I'm going to leave it open because I had it open for a reason. Anyway, let's go. See, this is the fence. This is what I was talking about earlier. And then they go off. Let's see here. Oh. And then they come back. So this is... Sorry for the pornography here. This is Virginia's seal. How you can have death to tyrants on your seal. I mean, you killed the monarchy, right? And then you go screaming back for that type of rule.
For both of you, I guess it's corrupted on both of them. And nobody seems to.
Let me go back here some. Let's see. All right, here we go. Should be it. Come on. Come on, what's taking so long? Weren't you guys right here?
Have them in a potential order, but let's go ahead and
there
go
we
through them. Oh, one thing I'll do for the record first.
So the judge comes back in.
Plaintiff's 287, which is the same as defendant's 780T, is a corrupted file that we received from both of you. I guess it's corrupted on both of them. And nobody seems to be able
Hey,
to do
Maggie.
anything about it. So I think it might just be that it's in evidence. However, it's not going to go back to the jury because it's corrupted. Okay, does everybody agree to that?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. It's
Okay.
just an Eastern Columbia building video, so that's fine.
That's just, yeah, just, it's corrupted. Okay, do you have more exhibits to give? Good, let's get Jamie here. All right.
See Camille
All right,
back
so
there talking to
these-
the judge.
I'll
So
get your list, Jamie, and make sure.
what
All
they're
right,
doing is
it's,
there's nobody in the
defendant's
courtroom,
393.
and they're arguing over what are the jury instructions.
857,
So
857A.
what will the jury be ruling on?
883, 1859,
This is where the judges. This is why they get paid for.
1905. Make sure that's nothing.
I'm gonna fast forward some.
Good, okay, so we are very close to getting all of that. I don't want to leave here until we have every piece of evidence with Jamie and everybody has reviewed it, so we don't have to review that tomorrow and waste time with that, okay? All right, so now I think we can do jury instructions, correct?
So all the
right.
evidence is in.
Let me
Now
just go
they're
over the
doing
ones that we had a few issues with.
jury instructions. And this
The
first one
First
here.
one I'm going to go over is the self-defense. There's two, that would be number 28 and 29, correct? And I took those under advisement. Do you still have an objection to the self-defense? All right. So what evidence do we have in trial that would allow to have these two jury instructions?
Sure, Your Honor. So I think there's evidence in the record showing that, Mr. Waldman was Mr. Depp's agent, that, he was retained in connection with the UK litigation and with this litigation. There's evidence that he engaged with third parties in that capacity, that he met with the Daily Mail with Mr. Depp.
You can see now why this guy on the far right, why he's the head attorney. He's like, I'm not dealing with this stuff. So he will not be doing closing. I would think it's going to be, I don't remember seeing this guy in court. I'm guessing right now it's going to be Camille.
And that he believed Mr. Depp's version of events. And so I think all of that, is relevant evidence to a self-defense, that Mr. Waldman made those statements in self-defense on behalf of Mr. Depp,
All right, so you're saying if agency is found.
if agency is found.
We believe they're inappropriate, Your Honor. First of all, we have not been able to locate case law, but
We found one from 1887.
That might have been, and I know I had seen one a while
We said it was a
back.
reversible error if you didn't give the self-defense one, so.
Well, I know I'd taken a look at one a while back. I think, but I don't have a case site for you. I think it's a question of law as to whether it applies. And so at a minimum, I think we should figure that out, I guess. But the reason we don't think it should apply is these were statements that were made by Mr. Waldman in 2020. I guess it was before Ms. Heard's counterclaim. So if he's saying that
It goes to the op-ed, I think.
understood. So if he's saying that it's
Look
this
how
lawsuit
awful that team
was a
looks.
statement in response to the op-ed. Statements that were made a year and a half later by Mr. Waldman, and it doesn't, I mean, again, Your Honor, the key words are fairly and reasonably. So obviously both sides are going to argue defamatory implication and what did the op-ed really mean, and did it say these things? But saying, even under their theory, 2 years ago I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, to say that then it's fair for Mr. Waldman a year and a half later to make public statements that Amber and her friends roughed up the place and spilled a little wine, all the things that he said in those statements, that's not fairly and reasonably. Ms. Heard responded fairly and reasonably to Mr. Depp's case through her counterclaim. The parties can speak to each other in the courtroom here, but saying that if someone makes a statement in an op-ed, that then you can go and do whatever you want for 2 years, say whatever you want. And obviously there's only 3 statements that comprise the counterclaim, but as the evidence has shown, it was part of a pattern by Mr. Waldman that was, it's the opposite of proportionate. It's the opposite of fair and reasonable response.
Okay, are y'all following this? Do you see how convoluted all this stuff gets? This is why, it's like you watch the trial stuff and then you see this. This is why the law tube people, when you get a bunch of them together, you're always going to have somebody who knows the stuff. You always have like that one nerd. I'm sitting here, I'm bored to death. I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, like all this is just research. Yeah, they make good points because they're talking about like the reasonableness of like when these claims, when you can say, oh, this is based off of that article and stuff. Well, it has to be statute of limitations isn't the right term, but it's I don't know, think of time as being a straight line. Okay. So how far out from the time that the statements were made are they still actionable claims and whatnot? Dollar Tree versus Tiffany Company. That is how these lawyers are. I can tell right now, we're not going to be able to stick through this whole thing.
Mr. Depp's opportunity for a fair and reasonable response, well, we don't believe it was either, but he had the opportunity to file a lawsuit in this court.
Right.
To have Mr. Waldman be his attack dog and to say anything Mr. Waldman then says as his attack dog is somehow fair and reasonable and entitled to the privilege is inappropriate. And I do think that before Your Honor gives it, we need to confirm whether it's a question of law.
Okay.
Good.
Your Honor.
So see, he's talking about this guy. He had an agency relationship with Johnny Depp, and so does things that he said that were like defamatory, or would be held defamatory. Whether or not he's protected by being having that agency, that fiduciary protection, or oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for again? It's relationship. Gosh, y'all, can you tell? My brain is not working right. Y'all took it out of me last Friday night, and I can't wait for tomorrow night, Friday Night Live. That's why we should redo this. I really want to do that thumbnail. My artist, Rabbit, came up with that, and I was like, this is awesome. Because we had, like, this was the last little tidbit about the trial before going into tomorrow. And I'm going to try to stream as much of this as I can tomorrow. I should be good to go.
Mr. Rodmore noted that this lawsuit was a response to the op-ed, but I think there could be multiple statements in response to the op-ed. So I think that's not dispositive of anything. And the statements were clearly a direct response to Ms. Heard's allegations on their face. And whether that response was fair and reasonable is a jury question.
What do you say is a matter of law? The privilege of self-defense is a matter of law?
I think it could be whether it applies.
Okay, I don't think it's a matter of law. I think it's whether or not there is any evidence that a jury could find it being protected speech, not the weight of the evidence, but if there is any evidence. And I don't think it's my role to weigh that evidence as far as how long it was made afterwards.
That's
I think it is, Your Honor. I mean, it can't be the case that any time.
Do you see the way she just shook her head?
This doesn't come
That's
up.
a finder of fact for the jury.
This just isn't given. If it were appropriate here, every time there's a defamation case, this would be an instruction. Even the person who's the defendant in the case, who said, "Well, all I said, I was responding to something that was said before."
So all your evidence that you say goes to the jury are just the statements. That's why this should be given.
Ooh.
That he made the statements. That's the only evidence.
Well, I think
You gave me evidence of agency, but that's just agency. Do you have any evidence of self-defense, that he actually said these statements because of what she said?
Well, I think there's circumstantial evidence, at least, that so it's agency. He's an attorney who was retained in connection with this litigation, the UK litigation.
That doesn't automatically give you self-defense, though, a privilege of self-defense.
And that's
You have to make them. I have to have some evidence that the statements were made in response to the direct accusations of Ms. Heard. Some evidence.
On their face, they appear to be a direct response.
Not the statements themselves, but is there any other evidence? The statements fairly arose in response to Ms. Heard's accusation.
So I wouldn't have said something if
Anybody
she didn't say
testified
something.
That he made these statements in response to her op-ed?
What's it Samuel L. Jackson said?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Don't say shit and there won't be any.
Your Honor, just one small point there. There's no requirement that it be in response to the op-ed in particular. The question for self-defense to apply is simply whether it's made in response to an allegation against Mr. Depp. And Mr. Waldman's evidence is clear, I think, that he was responding to allegations against Mr. Depp, and he believed those allegations to be false. There was extensive evidence in the
The
record.
attorney has a
In fact, I think.
duty to
That he was responding to.
fight
it's not the op-ed.
relentlessly
Then
for their
we're really
client.
in murky ground. If he says, well, I was responding to what she said in 2016, that's,
What
very
what Mr. Munez is saying is that you take it as a separate case. You take it as a separate case, their claim and then your counterclaim. So your counterclaim is a separate standalone case, right?
I'm just going to remind everybody.
Okay.
So the standalone case doesn't, your claim doesn't deal with the op-ed. So they're saying in defense of your case, that's why this comes in.
but he couldn't have made the statements in defense of our case because these are the basis for our case. So he had to have been, what was he responding to if it wasn't the op-ed?
God,
And
they
if
all
it's not
look
the
lost,
op-ed,
though,
then
over
we're
there,
really in
don't
murky
they?
ground because there's no, plus, Your Honor, couple points. There's, to your point, there's been no testimony that he made these in self-defense to anything. Two, the defense doesn't apply.
Oh my
And
gosh,
this is,
I'm about to die. There's
Well,
nothing
it doesn't,
to
this is
talk
under the
about here.
Haycox case, 1958. It doesn't apply if we prove malice. So it has to be made in good faith and without malice. So it's co-extensive. I can bring the case up if you want, Your Honor. It's so if the malice inquiry incorporates this. This is the, let's see, 200 Virginia 212, Haycox versus Wilcox Dunn. And it looks
Okay,
like.
guys,
on
I'm
page-
sorry. I'm sorry I put y'all through that. I mean, when you started reading case law and stuff, I can't do that to you guys. I enjoy it, okay? Like, I would be happy in a room somewhere doing this sort of stuff. But yeah, I can't do this to you guys. I've got a duty to the chat. Y'all are the misfits, okay? Everywhere you're a beautiful misfits, because it seems like everywhere. Let me rephrase that. Let me phrase that properly. People keep coming in here because they're like, God, it just feels good. Okay, so y'all are Peppy the Frog. Feels good, man. And I can't do this to you anymore. Yeah, I mean, really, this is it right here. Please stop. That was just. It is droning. It is tedious. But that is, and I came in at the end part of that earlier today, and I was like, okay, well, this would be good. You know, you kind of get an idea of how they sell it, and I can't get you guys that far. I mean, I can't drag that. I can't drag you across that finish line. I mean, I'm sorry, but that was that's just the way it is. That is law. That's the sexy part. What you just saw, that's the sexy part of being a lawyer. All this stuff, being up in a courtroom and all that stuff, no, that's not it. None of that stuff matters. It's this stuff. Being in a courtroom, that's just talking to somebody. I mean, that's a piece of cake. That's a cakewalk. But yeah, this stuff, oh, it's awful. So, oh, wait a second. Yeah, hey, I got something to show you guys. Let me bring this up. I'm going to have to pull this clip up because I wasn't prepared for this. But this happened. Oh, you guys, y'all are into drama. Y'all had a lot of drama going on with various YouTube drama. People out there calling each other names, and I don't know what they're doing. It's calling people. I can't even think of any good funny names. I'm like, I don't know, scoundrels. Fuzzy head nerf herders. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy out there. There's some weird stuff. People take some of the stuff way too personally. I wish I had 1,000 people that hated me. That'd be awesome. Matter of fact, if you don't want drama on your YouTube channel, send them over here. Tell them to sign up, and they can hate me all day long, and I'll be happy. I'll still be myself, and so, oh man, I should have saved this now that I'm doing this. Let's see if I can find it. I did comment on this, so hopefully it'll pop back up when I look. It is. Okay. What's her name? Oh. Alright, so there's this guy. attorney, and he's called. And this guy lives in Fairfax. Okay. Matter of fact, oh wait, you're not watching the same screen I am. He is every day. He's been there in the courthouse. Okay. He is there. He is streaming during the break. He's been on these different tubes. Oh gosh, he did jury instructions with. Oh, that's crazy. He did today a jury instruction, kind of like what I was showing y'all, and it's 3 hours and 23 minutes. But anyway, this DUI guy, right? So he was sitting there. You could see him if you're looking at the podium. He's usually like over it'd be Camille. It's because I see him when she's up there. And I think it's probably because of her size. It's over her right shoulder, so it'll be on the left side of the screen. And he's been going over to a, I don't know, law tube thing. I heard about this on Nick Rekieta today. And Rekieta's like, man, I hate the name law tube and all this other stuff. Well, anyway, this is DUI guy. Do you see him here on the far left? See the cat lady attorney? He's over there on the far left. That was his reaction, evidently. From this little deal here.
Okay, this case is being televised, right?
I am aware that there are cameras.
And so this gets you your 15 minutes of fame, doesn't it?
Objection, Your Honor. Argument.
I can ask that question.
He's sitting on the right. He scratches his face right now.
I stand to gain nothing from this. I'm actually putting myself kind of in the target of TMZ, a very litigious organization.
So you know how this ends, right?
And I'm not seeking any 15 minutes here. Though you're welcome to speculate.
So because of his, when he said to her, I can say the same thing to you, that you're taking Amber Heard on for your 15 minutes of fame. That was his reaction. I mean, that's the courtroom. He's not the only one making that reaction. Because of his reaction in court, Legal Bites took him off the air. She won't allow him.
Okay, this case is.
I'm sorry. Lee, I swear, we need to hire professionals, get them in here doing this stuff. You don't need a loser like me doing this. So, drama-free YouTube, exactly. Let's see, where's this at? Show you guys a little bit of this. I don't know who this person is that did this. And I'm not going to play the whole thing either. Again, we're going to end up talking about something fun. You guys figure out something fun and I'll do it. I really got shot down there. I didn't think how how awful that would sound, that jury instructions. Oh my gosh. It's just horrible. Okay. Y'all see this? I should have a default like that. So Legal Bites is up here on the top left. She is winning the viewership, right? She's got more than Rekieta during this trial. It's a shame that anybody's beating that Umbrella guy. He has been covering this since the beginning. I mean, since they were in England. And it's unbelievable all the stuff he has. Well, check this out. She kind of talks to this, and this is whose stream is this? Let's see here. I've never heard of this person. I don't know if they're. Oh wow, 246 subscribers. They had 150 earlier. Div Entity, but see, I don't know if she's a person or not. That's horrible. She doesn't have many videos. And I was thinking about if she hears this, I want to know what she's up to, because this was really cool.
Is because
you know what? I don't know why she's trying anyway. Just hit that subscribe. Guys, I hit like earlier, but man, I'm so bad about remembering this stuff. That's why everybody's that way. That's why you always say hit the subscribe, hit the like, don't forget. God, I'm horrible, y'all. Anyway, so this is Legal Bites.
You know, we've gotten a lot of comments from some folks about some stuff that's going on. I just want to say that when it comes to our trial streams, we have a lot of fun. We share memes.
Oh, okay.
We sometimes, you know, make impressions. We sing songs and all that kind of stuff. But do not be fooled. Like we have a lot of fun. We don't take ourselves seriously, but we do take the process of the judicial system, the court system, very, very seriously. And we take court rules also very, very seriously. So I wanted to make a statement about that. When we are sending folks into the courtroom, we have a hope, an expectation, a hope that folks are going to be following the rules of the courtroom. Because if they don't, and then...
But he's not working for her. He has his own site. He has, hang on a second, I'll tell you in a second. DI guy. He has over 200,000 subscribers. He is not working for her. This chick, what's her name? Legal Bites. And I have no problem, Legal Bites. Used to not. She was on, she did, she got on Ricada's stream for Rittenhouse. And she had something like 10,000 subscribers, I think, at the time. And she just, she was there every day. She had dogs, you know, that come. She said, "Oh, I call it my zoo." Very likable person. People started subscribing to her. She did this. Her numbers went through the roof. And then you've got this guy. I don't know why, and I was like, this guy. Normally, I wouldn't follow. My law tube is very small. Okay, so. Anyway, I don't know what happened here. Why this was so triggering. But let's let her finish. Sorry. This is on Divinity's site.
Word gets out that they are connected to certain live streams, certain folks, certain communities. That can reflect very poorly on the entire community. And especially if that does not reflect...
Who cares?
The standards that you want to be showing. That is problematic. So there are certain rules of conduct within the courtroom, and there are reasons for those
There's rules.
And we take those rules very seriously.
You're not in the
reason
courtroom.
Being that, first off, you know, this stuff is open to the public. It's open to the public. And with that comes a responsibility from the public not to try to...
Can y'all control it when you laugh? Can you control it when you have a belly buster laugh? I mean, this is what freedom of speech was based off of. Thomas Jefferson, I said it time and time again. He said, a man cannot control when a thought comes into their mind. That is something that is given to you. The ability to think comes to you from your creator. That's what speech is based off. You can't control thought. You can't control reaction. I'm sorry. I laugh at when people trip and fall. I laugh when people fart in public. I laugh when I fart in public. I mean, it is what it is. You can't control it. I mean, my gosh. What was some of the... Jeez. I've laughed at a funeral. I didn't even know the person. Laugh at weddings. Laugh at, I laugh everywhere. Laugh in church. Yeah, there's lots of places. I can't control it. This guy, he just went, whoa, because it was a boom moment. I mean, TMZ guy was like, she was being accused, like, you're just doing this for your 15 minutes of fame. How many of you have had an insufferable teacher that reminds you of Cat Lady Lawyer saying that same way. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, I know your type. I know who you are. Yeah, okay, I've had dozens. And I'm sitting there going, you suck. You don't know anything about me. You don't get my humor. You don't get why I see comedy in this. Guess what? We're all going to die. I'm not, because I don't believe in death. So it hasn't happened to me yet. But anyway, some people are going to die. They're going to die with unlived lives still in their veins, pumping, going, oh my gosh, let me out. Oh, I wish I was the expert's blood, because the expert knows how to have fun. He doesn't care. He just says, yeah, let's do it. It sounds like a good time. I mean, as long as you're not hurting somebody else, you're fine. That judge does not need you, Legal Bites, to come in here and start talking about rules. Could you imagine being her kid? Could you imagine sending your kids over to her house to spend the night? And it's like, we have rules here. You do not cut the crust off the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know what? I bet you she makes peanut butter and strawberry jelly. And that is a horrible thing. That's a cruel trick. Or, wheat bread. Is there nothing worse than that? It's like, oh yeah, but peanut butter jelly sandwiches. And then you come out and you got peanut butter, strawberry jelly, and wheat bread. It's like, you ruined the peanut butter. I mean, what are you doing? Yeah, this is... I can't believe this. And I can't believe... Well, this is... this guy, Law and Lumber. Oh, man. I don't know who he is. But... the lumberyard sounds like... I don't know, man. It just sounds weird. Hogue Law, I'm subscribed to him. Another guy from back when... the Rittenhouse stuff. I don't know Law and Lumber. He's a new guy. He's very metrosexual looking, which is fine. Looks like he's streaming from his grandparents, maybe, which is cool. I mean, I don't care. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not making fun of any of these people. Do what you want to do. You be you, okay? But don't sit here, because this, and why does this aggravate me? It's nothing against Legal Bites. I don't care. She's fine. She do her own thing. And I know Ricky said, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not getting involved in it. He's friends with all these people. I'm not. Here's the thing. Dude, chill out, okay? Because you're making everybody else look bad but by taking it so offensively, all right? I mean, you just, I don't know.
Or to try not to impact the outcome of the case. And so... with that, there are rules of conduct, like I said.
Who's doing that?
Certain things that can
the
happen that
full
can
of Me Too people.
Impact the jury, which can impact the outcome, and that can come back to haunt everyone that is connected to that conduct.
The judge has control of their courtroom.
I don't know if you guys want to add anything, Rob, if you want to add anything as a local litigator that works out of the courtroom.
I mean, to people that are...
Okay, I don't care. It's just, you know what? Everybody needs to chill out. But anyway, this is a huge thing with that whole... Ricada kept being asked about today, and I was like, what is going on, man? Like, what is the deal here? So I had to find it, and... I didn't see what... Do we need to watch what Law and Lumber says? Anyways, do we need to watch what Law and Lumber says? The bottom looks like Jerry Nadler. I don't know. It just is the weirdest thing in the world. I'm like, you just like ban the guy? Like, I mean, what is up with that? It's like, I mean, I don't want to be on your channel anyway. How about that? The guy didn't have to be on her channel. She's getting views off of him. Let me tell you about views, okay? Sully was on here last night. By the end of the show, there's over 100 views. And I'm like, wow. Sully's a draw. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. You know, this is awesome. I mean, you just, it works, okay? This, you got to have a good co-host, or you have to have guests that you have good repertoire with. It's not, keeping people's attention is not easy. Keeping people wanting to come back is not easy. It is. Rub some dirt in it, man. Walk it off, right? But I'm just like, all of this, it's like, what has happened? And it has become this huge thing because you have like 3 channels that have like 1 million followers, and they're all watching this. And now this little thing is multiplied out. Is the weirdest thing to me to watch all this happen within 24 hours. It's just it's weird. And I mean, I don't care. I don't even know these guys' names. I'll forget them by tomorrow. Y'all ask me about what happened tomorrow, and I'll be like, I don't know. Did I say that? So if there's anything I say that you think's funny, write it down. Evidently, because I don't remember saying anything. What was it? I don't think. It was great yesterday after the show. I got to talk to Sully one-on-one. It wasn't broadcast. It wasn't recorded, anything like that. And just some things we need to talk about with like Friday Night Live and stuff like that, and what everything looks like. And anyway, we started talking about, she had mentioned the movie Gone Baby Gone. And I saw that last night. And I can't remember now if I said this on the show. So if I did, please stop me now. I've slept twice since then, okay? So, I think I slept twice. No, I took 2 naps tonight within an hour tonight. So that's 3 times. My mind's fried. It rained today. Do y'all ever have those rains where it just makes you want to go to sleep? When you can't fight it. It's like you have all these plans. You're like, oh man, if it wasn't raining, I was going to mow the yard. I was going to plant some flowers. I was going to walk the dog. I was going to wash the car, or, whatever it is. You're going to do all these wonderful things. And you just sit there and you get stuck on it. And you keep thinking, it's like, I'm doing all this stuff. Well, you can't fight it. You got to remember that. You can't fight the rain. So, what is the rain doing for you? It's giving you some free time. Some of the things you want to do, you can't do. You don't want to go to the store now. You don't want to go out and do the errands you have to do. Because you don't want to go get wet. You start thinking about it, you're like, God, you know what? The rain brings out a lot of idiots when it comes to driving. If I don't need to make an extra trip, I'm not going to. And so that's kind of like this afternoon. I had a little extra time, and this is when I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I really would like to take a nap. Not because I'm tired, but because I want to enjoy one. I'm really big on the sleep thing, and I know I've told you guys I got prescribed Ambien. What Ambien does, it's time to slow down. It's and when you fall asleep, Jules is right on this. If you fall asleep, that means you need the rest. And as somebody who I'm not a sleeper, okay? I don't like it. I feel like it's a waste of time. But it was this year, dealing with things, on my hospital time. People started telling me, and I was like, I would sleep for 9 hours, right? That's a pretty long time in my life. Anytime I sleep over 6 hours, or God, 7's a long time. That's just, I just never sleep. So, people started telling me though that I looked bad. I'm like, I slept really good. I had a lot of sleep last night. And they're like, are you sure you're okay? Because you look haggard. So, being the self-centered, egotistical person that I am, concerned about the way I look. You know, I have a daily routine that involves a 3-layer moisturizer. I use 3 different products after, you know, my pores are open. You do a toner, a wrinkle relaxer. I don't have any wrinkles, mind you, but you just want to make sure that you stay ahead of the game. Anyway, I couldn't even take myself serious. No, but that's when sleep got me. So I'm on this thing about, like, I want to find that you know how you're supposed to, like, take a moment and, like, a minute during the day and reflect upon yourself, close out the sounds, the hecticness that's around you, find tranquility in yourself. You're supposed to focus on something you like, something you love, something, maybe it's a goal you have. Even though a goal would make me get probably anxious, not in a bad way, but in a good way. I'm like a racehorse stomping, or, you know, chomping at the bit, really. Just trying to get ready to go when I think about goals. But you need to take that time and have me time. And that's what rain, I realized that's what rain's for. If you have that opportunity, you can take just a little time and listen to it and just fall asleep during the middle of the day. Nighttime is not the same thing because you're supposed to go to bed at nighttime, right? But during the middle of the day, it's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. And it's not something I always want to do. And if you bring this conversation up later, I'm going to tell you, oh, no, I hate sleeping. That's just the default. But it's something today I noticed. Now, I say all that, I didn't get to take that nap. But I had that revelation, though, about the rain. It slows down time, like Jules said. And you just, you know, here it is like 80-something past couple days. And then all of a sudden it's 70. And you just take that, you just take that break. Hey, anytime you want to talk, I'm ready for it. I don't take Ambien. It's funny. I have the lowest dosage, and I break those in half. And I don't do drugs. Like, I don't like drugs. And it's really upsetting because I've gotten onto a blood pressure medicine, and I've got to get off that. I don't like it. And I'm betting that if I quit taking it, now I would have, my blood pressure would probably be pretty okay. It's just, it's the stress and where you are in life. And it's funny, like, this is just, I mean, I had nothing really stressful going on. I just had before this whole, like, year got wrecked with hospitalism and everything. I just said hospitalism. That's a cool word. I know it's not a real word. Okay, so here's the thing. Diva, if you're listening, you need to get a pencil, a real sharp pencil, so you can make real small writing. You need to get that Oxford Dictionary of yours. And you need to put in there hospitalism. Okay, that's going to be the first one. You need to listen when because I say stupid stuff. Whenever I create a word, you just add it. Just do an addendum to the dictionary. And then just figure out what hospitalism is later. That's my little treat. That's my gift. I know I sound delirious right now. But no, it's just, I don't know, I had this revelation. And I thought, like, if you go, YouTube has so many channels that are, you know, the pouring rain, or nighttime rain, and all these different things. And oh god, it drives me nuts thinking about those things. Matter of fact, I'm in a rut right now because I don't have a TV show or a movie that I like to watch. So I don't have something to fall asleep on. So I'm falling asleep to YouTube videos. But, no, it's just, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you. I was like, I've all my life, I've avoided that. And then today it hit me. And like I said, I didn't get to take that nap. I decided I could either start cleaning up the studio room, or I could, what was the other thing I needed to do? Oh, work on the channel some. So what I did was, I worked on Twitch, getting it to stream, because we want to watch a movie together. Everybody has been saying. We got to figure out a day for that, because Porky's is on. I think Porky's is what we had talked about. Porky's is on Amazon Prime. And so I can stream that on Twitch. And yes, it is. It just put him on and stream him in the background, just fall asleep. Cool Frog. He's gonna be like, "Am I boring?" No, man, no. But it's hard to fall asleep to me because I'm a spaz. You're not a spaz. See, that's a good thing. But yeah, we got to figure out a day. We're gonna figure all this out. This is all gonna be Friday night. What's day? That's tomorrow. Oh my gosh, tomorrow is Friday night. What's going on tomorrow night? Huh. Oh, we'll have to figure out something. We got the trials tomorrow. Hey, listen, I know I brought up real quick, and I don't want to leave it on the table. I am trying to not be the ADD of, like, going from one thing to another and not completing a thought. So I always, like, I might go back to it 30 minutes later, but I try to always get back to it. Gone Baby Gone. Watched that last night. Different, good, and bad. Then the White Rabbit explained it to me today, and I didn't like it. I'm a grown-ass man. I have to have movies explained to me. I'm like, what? That's what happened? I'm like, well, I don't like that at all. So, I mean, hang on, I'm just, I'm reading here, I'm laughing at you guys. Sorry, I'm snooping on the chat. I'm being nosy over there. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I started this earlier tonight. I'm sorry. I know 10:30 is the go time. Tonight, I was like, I can't make it. I can't make it to 10:30. And I didn't. I fell asleep. So I did start early. I'm going to try to do 10:30. I know it's 10:30 my time, and which is Eastern. And then everybody else falls in. But it was, I don't know. I want to get off so I can get up in the morning and do the closing arguments. I think they'll be fun. I really hope so. And I'm not, so if you tune in tomorrow for the closing arguments, I'm not going to be doing, like, I'll probably do it on Ricado's thing, and because I like being like that. If he has 3 people on, I like being that 4th person. I like to act like I'm up there with them. And, I'm not going to do the law analysis. It's not about that anymore. I really don't. I started thinking about the law analysis, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is going to go Johnny's way. And he just seems like a really nice guy. And all the stuff about him is just, I don't know. You have to put yourself, think about that. You have to put yourself pre-corona. Right? This seems like a 1,000 years ago when you think like that. So, anyway, we'll try to do that. I think, what time do those, Vol, are you still around? Do you know what time that starts? I know this like 9:30. Oh, geez. Hang on a second. I bet you if I go to... Check this out. I know that umbrella. I bet you he already has tomorrow's lined up. He has nothing set up. Well, that's weird. Oh well. 9:30, 10. I'll be somewhere around there. You guys find me. I'll send out the notification. Also, hey, so what's this thing called? So I don't know how Twitch works. That's my next goal. Next focus. YouTube does 3 notifications. They'll send out 3 notifications a day. So that's like doing 3 videos. Well, y'all know I'm going to try to do a martini lunch. And I'm going to try to do the nightcap. And so, yes. Yes. Yes, I love this. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, what I was saying was, if you're on Twitter, I'm at Caveat Peritum over there. It's, I get all my notifications go out on it, or should. Yeah, they do. So, just letting you know that if you miss, like, I wouldn't sign up for all the times. When I get on a roll on something, I start putting stuff out like crazy. And it's like today, matter of fact, I've got a short that saves to drafts instead of going out. And I'm like, what's going on here? So I got to figure that one out. So maybe be another one, which the notification won't go out for it, which is fine. You don't need notifications on everything. But I hate when you say like you missed something, and because you guys, I love y'all. Okay, if you want to be in here, you want to feel good about life and everything else, I want you here. So again, I'm on all these things, but I'm always live. I do the live streams. They go on to Twitch, and they go to Twitter, and they go to YouTube. You can actually watch this on Twitter. Gosh, man, now that I've got some time, well, we got to see what Elon Musk is going to do, if he ends up with Twitter or not. If he ends up with it, they may become a new super platform for me. I enjoy it. I just really enjoy it. But, Jules, where is, you got a page somewhere? You gotta let me know for tomorrow, so put that out. You guys, if there's anything fun, I don't know. If there's anything fun, that's Volstorm. He's got to figure that one out. I'm just a lump on a log. So, I don't know. I think we're going to jump off here. Let's see here. What time? It's 11:07. Be back in 10 hours. What time is 10 hours from now? 9? Yeah. Right? Boy, that seems like it's fast. 9 here. That's 6 a.m. out in California. Jules, that's way too early. How do you... And I used to live on... It's weird, because I used to live on the West Coast, and I remember it was always like whatever time, like TV would be advertised, like, whatever starts at 8 o'clock. Like, there was no effect in your life, it seemed like, until it was like football or something. Which is great if you're watching a game on the East Coast, because all the games are over with early. But, I didn't have, YouTube wasn't a thing it shouldn't be a thing anyway if you're, the age I was out there. But, oh, hey, by the way, I just saw my analytics. There are 13 to 17-year-olds that have listened to this show. Y'all need to go to bed, okay? You gotta be 18. I was like, what? It was like 1% or something like that. I was like, you guys are going to learn bad stuff, and you're going to tell your parents on us, and you're just going to ruin the party. Okay, so stop it. That's why I have that warning in the front. Parental advisory. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it was like 1%. Oh, also, I gotta say, hello, ladies. This channel, through the entire growth of it, it is almost right there at 50-50. But like 75% of the listening time, or listeners, are women. So I love you gals. I do. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That is the coolest thing. If Volstorm hadn't already gone to bed, he would tell you that I'm pretty much a woman. But let me tell you what, I can outshop the rabbit. Like, she gets tired. She's like, I can't do this anymore. You gotta stop. I'm like, oh, but we just got to the shoe section. Anyway, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm weird. Oh, well. Well, listen, you guys are great. Jules, I'm so happy you're here. I keep looking down every time the chat moves. It's something you've been saying, it seems like. It just makes me smile. And, again, Sully, thank you last night for coming on. I needed that. I needed the laughter last night. And I want you to know, Sully, the only news I saw, man, I was ready to tear it up. I was ready to do some videos and just be like, rah, rah, rah. And I was like, no, you know what? Sully wouldn't like hearing this stuff, so I'm not going to do it. But anyway, it was, oh gosh, hold on, wait a second. That reminds me. Ray Liotta passed away. That is weird, right? Just kind of unbeknownst, like he was planning a marriage. He was getting married again. It's how you doing? But yeah, Ray Liotta. And it's like, it's weird because Ray Liotta, well, I mean, it's just, that's Shoeless Joe Jackson, right? Field of Dreams. And, I don't know. It just, he was like the De Niro, he was like the younger De Niro. He just, he did great in gangster movies. He was in the Sopranos. Was it The Making of Tony Soprano or whatever, if y'all saw that? He always played, just a gangster was his best roles. And I don't know who else really does a gangster real good. Could you imagine Chris Pratt being in a gangster role? Right? Wouldn't that be odd? Or like Chris Evans? I don't know, man. You just can't see these guys doing it. But yeah, it just sucks to think like that. It's, I know we're not supposed to be sad about their death, but thank God that they lived. And, man, it sucks though when anybody is just kind of taken away from you like that. And I don't know. I think Ray Liotta would have said that he did everything he wanted to do in life. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He was a pretty cool dude as a, Goodfellas, man. It was, I love that line I did earlier. Oh, you just rewatched The Sopranos. That's awesome. That's the best thing. Like, Sopranos was good TV. And you know what? I like the ending of Sopranos. I don't know. again, we gotta try to get Rabbit on tomorrow night. She's the one that said the show ended playing a Journey song. Nothing bad can happen when you're playing Journey. And I'm like, that is awesome. That is so cool. But yeah, gangsters, man. I'm just gonna start watching Sopranos again. That's a good one. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Jules. That's a good fall asleep one. It's so funny because I am that way. Like I fall asleep during shows. I like to stream them. You know, when I'm going to sleep at nighttime. It's like I'll wake up, I'll watch some, and then like I always think like I'm gonna rewind and watch some more, and I do. But like The Office was that way for me. The Office, I watched it comatose, man. I just slept the whole time. I don't know how or what happened. And like people, you hear stuff talking about it. I'm like, I know I saw it, but I don't remember that. I think the ending, Jules, what are they going to do? I think they did it. It was just perfect. It was like, to me, it was, I'm always looking, I'm about now, like, where I want to know the show ends good. I got burned down TV with How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother, such a great show. Such a great show. And it needed to end 2 or 3 episodes before the finale. I take it back. You know what ended great? And if you haven't seen it, it's such a great show. The ending is so good. It's worth watching all the shows. Is Big Bang Theory. Just great. Salty War Pig. Awesome. Man, I haven't seen you around since, what was that, 2 a.m.? Right? Or at least 2 a.m. in the East Coast. I don't know where you are. Yeah, Jules had brought up Sopranos. They just rewatched it. And I was thinking, man, that's a good one to watch. Talk about Ray Liotta passed away today. And, which is, sucks. But, it's like, I was saying, like, he was so good at that role as a gangster, right? So good in Goodfellas. And then you've got, what are your good shows now? And because I got burned with How I Met Your Mother, and there's just like shows ending really badly, and I can't stand that. I don't want. You put all this time and effort, you grow with the characters, you share emotions with these characters, and then you get to the end, and it's like, well, this sucks. And so I was saying that, good, you're on the East Coast too. The Sopranos, I thought ended great. Like a lot of people had problems with it. I'm sitting there going, it was actually the White Rabbit said it ended with a Journey song. Like, nothing bad happened when you end with a Journey song or when Journey's playing. And I was like, that is hilarious, but true. So, Better Call Saul, I love it, and I've gotten out of it, unfortunately. Not because I don't want to watch it anymore, but just because I kind of forgot it. Yeah, it did end the best way possible. Uh-oh. What jumped the shark? Oh, by the way, somebody the other day put in a comment I made in communities and said that I said something about jumping the shark, and they put up a comment and said, what does jump the shark mean? And I never answered that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to get back in there now. Keeping up with stuff's hard. And you know what? I still watch Walking Dead. After tonight's show, or at least a little while tomorrow night. Cool Frog's on Cool Frog's show tonight. He may die, so there's that. Tune in. He comes on at 1 or 1:15 or 1:30 Eastern. He is on the Central Time Zone, and just figure it out for where you are. Or be like me and wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, Cool Frog's on. Let's see here. Walking Dead. Walking Dead. It's so funny. I was watching something, and it was like a YouTube, like, suggested for you. And it was the clip. I think AMC put the clip out. It was the Rick Grimes wakes up in the hospital. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know if I remember it being that memorable, but like, okay, let's, hit play. Wow, man, it was a really good show. And I'm still stuck with it. I gotta watch it to the end. Of course, I love zombie movies. Like, zombie movies are that's my scary movie. I figure everybody has a type of scary movie. It's Freddy Krueger, Jason. You go back to The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein. Everybody has like their genre hero. Mine is The Walking Dead. And it's of course, I tell this story all the time, is, oh, Jimmy, what's up? Dude, I hope your knees are doing well, man. Oh, that's right, Cool Frog's in the fake time zone. All right, are you on Mountain Time? Because that's a fake time zone. It doesn't really exist. Nobody knows a state that's in Mountain Time. Let's see here. The Walking Dead. Yeah, I had a friend of mine. This is a guy I went to law school with, and I was out with him. Spent the night with him. In school, he has this farm and stuff. And we're sitting out there talking, and he gets real serious. And he's like, "Do you know when the zombie apocalypse is going to happen?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure. All right, tell me, when's the zombie apocalypse going to happen?" And he says, "The first day government checks don't go out." And you don't like Negan. It's funny because I hated him. Of course, I mean, that whole thing with Glenn and everything. My wife walked away, dude. She's like, I'm not watching. She didn't watch for like a year or something after that. And I stuck with it. Now I like him. But, anyway, the first day the government checks don't go out. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that, War Pig. Because you're like, oh... we kind of saw the zombie apocalypse. What was that? Was that last year was the Summer of Love? Or is that... No, the year before last, right? 2020? The Summer of Love. Y'all think we're going to have another Summer of Love? Or people can't afford the gas? I had to fill up tonight. And I'm sitting here going, I hate these assholes. Jimmy stopped after Negan too. All right. Well, you guys, it's funny because you know what? I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. I know why I stuck with it after Negan. It was because what's the actor's name? Oh, gosh, I can't think of it to save my life. I love the actor. Did you ever see? What was that show called? The movie they did? Him and Chris Evans were in it. I don't remember. No. War Pig, I think I did. I talked to you about your avatar. And, how much I've been playing with a new one. It's like, well, that's really cool. Oh, hey, you know what? We need to have a guy show or a gal show. I mean, I'm not discriminatory, but it needs to be about things like bulk carrier groups. Look at Salty War Pig's avatar, and y'all understand what I'm talking about. I know that Volstorm has a toy. It's just airsoft, right? All the stuff is just the losers. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh. All right, so Cool Frog is not that cool. He watched part of season 1 of The Walking Dead and didn't like it. So he is semi Cool Frog, but he does spell it with the K. So he's got that going for him. But yeah, the losers. Gosh, I love that. Oh man. Okay, I can tell right now, Warpig, you're probably a movie person. So this gotta happen. We gotta get ID Crisis here. We gotta get Road Plow in here. We gotta get Fall Storm, and we gotta talk just nothing but movies. And when we bring them up, we're gonna have to have some structure because we can just sit here and talk BS all night about movies, right? But it's like it has to be like a little bit Siskel and Eberty, right? You know, we need to talk about a little bit about like what was so great about it. And I don't know why. Okay, like Predator. I think Predator is one of these movies that it has not been. If you watch Predator now, I think I get more of a thrill watching it than when I saw it the first time. So I think it builds as it goes on. And I don't know why. I think it's an ageless movie. It's really, well, it's good acting for Schwarzenegger, especially when because I compare that to like Commando, and I love Commando, but I think Predator may be Schwarzenegger's best film over Terminator. Oh. I figured you to be a movie person. Here you are, you're going, no, I'm on DuckDuckGo. That's me. See, that's what you get for making assumptions about people. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Well, that's like making an assumption about Cool Frog, and he hated the first season of Walking Dead. That's probably the best of them. That's funny. That is hilarious. Well, listen, guys. Tomorrow is... Yes, absolutely agree with this. It's an ageless movie. Like, it hasn't, the special effects and everything, they don't look bad. It's still enjoyable. Some things, they just go downhill. They deteriorated so quickly. But anyway, tomorrow is I'm going to cover that closing arguments because I just want to see how they talk to the jury. I'm doing it for entertainment more than anything. So I hope there's some zingers and some stuff for everybody to enjoy. So yeah, that's it. Go check out Cool Frog. He'll be up here, and I don't know. He's on Mountain Time. Right, so it's fake time zone. I don't know. It's how it works now over there. But anyway, listen, I appreciate you guys coming in. Y'all have a good night's sleep. Tomorrow's gonna be a great day. Guys, it's gonna be a long day. That'll be awesome though. So yeah, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, come check us out. And until later, y'all, stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. What else is there? I don't know. Peace out, guys. Till tomorrow.